I talk a lot on this channel about asking oneself, what is seeking expression in me? And to allow it expression out of you. And recently, I'd say I would say I went through a period where I stopped asking myself, not out of a not wanting to, but out of a forgetting to. But a conversation reminded me of what a beneficial practice it had been for me. So I started asking again. And, at first, things were seeking expression. And then I got to a point where I would ask and I would seem to get nothing. And this would upset me. I'd say, why? Why? Where's the still small voice? What is seeking expression in me? And then I just had this insight, sitting, enjoying this view, that if I ask myself, what is seeking expression in me? Or if any of us do, and nothing comes up, does that not mean that we are actively expressing what was or what would be seeking expression in us? And is that not a good thing? And is that not something we should just sit and enjoy? I kind of thought of it as having a to-do list. And, you get to the end of the to-do list and you start, scrambling, and you just start doing things to do things. You start making up things to do. But should that not be enjoyed? Should getting to the end of a to-do list not just be enjoyed and be present and peaceful with it? Because if nothing is seeking expression in you, that just means you're actively expressing what was. And is that not the goal? Is that not the goal of life, to be in alignment with what is inside of you? So, as I said, I've talked about it on this channel before. So if it is a practice that you have done ever or do because of that, and this ever comes up for you, I hope you now realize, or maybe you already did realize, that this is a good thing. That means you actively acted upon what was seeking expression, and now you don't need to do anything. Because sometimes we just need to be patient. Sometimes we are doing exactly what we need to be doing, exactly where we need to be doing it, and we just have to wait. We just have to calm down, be patient, and realize that it will all happen in due time. Because even the I guess what I'm trying to say is that it's not going to happen overnight. What our big goals, our plans for the future, what we are trying to accomplish, it won't happen overnight. And there's going to be some stages and some steps in the process that just require patience, that just require days of doing the same maybe mundane task that you're maybe sick of, or you want to spice up a bit, or you want to stop doing. But this is where discipline comes in, and you got to realize that nothing, as they say, Rome wasn't built in a day. And a future true to yourself and a life that you love won't be built in a day either. And that requires patience, and that requires, at times, just accepting what the present is offering you, and complete, utter fullness. And just simply realizing that if nothing is seeking expression in you, you're doing the right thing. And soon, and enjoy this, because soon something will be seeking expression in you, and it'll involve change. And even though you can be committed to a life of growth, change is always uncomfortable, because growth is always uncomfortable. Even if you want to grow to 7 feet tall, you're going to go through growing pains. You know, it doesn't matter if it's what you want. It doesn't matter if it's what you dreamed of. It doesn't matter, you know, any of that stuff. The fact that the growing pains will come is a fact. And the fact that change is always uncomfortable in one way or another is a fact. So the point I'm really trying to make is just enjoy those moments of peace where you're in alignment with yourself and you're right where you're meant to be and you couldn't be anywhere else. And I think that's always the case, but I think when we're in that place and we look inside and there's nothing to do, that can be beautiful. That's, you know, that's a chance to stop and smell the roses, to just enjoy it, how far you've come, enjoy where you're going, enjoy what the path has in store, and yeah, just enjoy it.